Is it somebody I don't my call? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Now, I tried just to dress up just a little bit in remnants of the TikTok awards. However, I'm wondering if I should have worn black for the logo of TikTok. However, the theme seemed to be blue, kind of like clearish blue sky. You know what it. But anyway, I was trying to be on theme because we're talking about the TikTok awards today. I wish I had like a cute award to show you guys. But yes, this is the first ever TikTok award show. It's just award season. Every December is just the year of awards. But not only is this the first TikTok show, but it's the first TikTok show to be aired in the US, and then there's going to be multiple other countries that are going to be following suit, such as Korea, Japan, Australia, Brazil, Mexico, UK, Ireland, and Germany. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 other countries that are planning to join in, and America makes 9. So because of that, you know what? The only thing I'm surprised is that China is not listed on here. Just given the fact that it's a Chinese company, I'm surprised that there's not an award show happening in China. But anyway, that's just one thing that I noticed. So I'm glad to know that TikTok is global like that, and these are like the probably top 9 countries that use TikTok and have creators from these different countries. So because of that, it aired. What was it? Thursday. It aired Thursday, December 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But that was when the red carpet started. The actual show started at 9 p.m. However, there are some rumors on the street that they started like an hour late. And I know some people throughout the show was joking, glad you guys made it on time. So because of that, it seems like they had a little bit of a delay at the very beginning. However, you know, it's the first show. There's some ups and downs. Just like there was some production issues. You know, they're just minor. The kinks that you got to work out. Like we had microphone issues. Sometimes, like when they must have like muted the mics in between people walking back and forth on stage. So whenever the next person came up to the mic, it was always low, and then they had to turn it up, or sometimes it would just be completely off and you wouldn't hear them, and then they have to turn the mics back up. So I think that was something that was going on behind scenes. And also, I'm not sure, you guys tell me, were there instances where, if you guys have watched it, if not, hopefully you guys can catch it on YouTube. That's where I watched the reruns, because I honestly caught the last 5 minutes of it, because I didn't realize that there was a TikTok awards, even though I'm on like TikTok like nearly every day. However, there are some things that I wanted to talk to you guys and bring to your attention about the TikTok awards that had happened. First off, TikTok is a huge platform, so because that there were many different categories that they had honored, such as fashion and beauty, sports, TV, and new forms of entertainment. It's because that those were the various categories. And one thing that I did notice throughout the show is that they still honored the olden days of what TikTok used to be when it was back in the day of Musically. Yeah, where they were singing and dancing, that they still had that little bit of remnants in there. I mean, TikTok has never lost its dance. Dance trends are always popular on TikTok, and music always goes forward. But nobody lip syncs anymore. Nobody does what we used to do on Musically. However, I like this category called the Cap Cut category, which honors the people that put in the extra editing effort to make very cinematic videos, B, very creative, or C, very visually pleasing aesthetics, where like words are like popping like in and out, and then they like look cool, or like their backgrounds like blurred out. So they did a lot of effort into making their content look visually presentable for the TikTok algorithm and would be most likely to gather people's attention. So those people had really put the time and effort into doing editing. And I'm glad that TikTok has honored that, because there is a lot of people, especially within the last year of 2025, have been ramping it up with production. So I'm glad to know that those people are getting their recognition as well, even though they're not typically mainstream doing trendy things. They're starting their own trends out there, which brings us to the entire theme of the TikTok award show, which is new era, new icons. So who hosted the award show this season was, well, for the first time, was Lala Anthony. And there was a bunch of other presenters such as Trixie Mattel, Paris Hilton. I could just name you some. I have them all right here. Ray Amy, Ash B, Tan France, Justin Newley. Then we had Josh Richards, and then we had Mikey Gordon. You know, just some named people out there, just in case you know some of them. Casey Alexandra. Then we had Jordan Childs, Patrick Starr. So there was just some people, just to name the few of the people that were out there that was presenting awards. Outside of Lala Anthony, because the real two people that carried the show was Lala Anthony and Ash B, who also kind of co-starred with Remy Rayami, who is from K-pop Demon Hunters, which I'm still lacking on, but anyway. So that's what's going on with who was hosting. Now, one thing that I did enjoy is that every presenter had a personality. Every presenter was able to bring a sort of comedy that was their own, and they were unique. So I enjoyed that. Whether it was dry humor, funny humor, or actually made me laugh, they were at least trying, and because of that, no matter how cringy it could have been, it was really enjoyable just to watch everybody try to make this first go round of the TikTok's award show memorable, entertaining, lively, keeping the energy flowing. So because of that, I'm just glad that everybody worked together so nicely and perfectly. However, like I said, there were still some issues. Like I'm going to play right here in this clip for you guys, where apparently there was some moments where the teleprompter wasn't working.
Bring to TikTok.
So as you can see here in the video, literally teleprompter just stopped working a few times. Apparently, the first segment that I had saw it working with, where one of the people on stage had brought it to our attention, was Mr. Fantasy. He was an interesting card out of everybody, honestly, but he was the one that had drew attention comedically that the teleprompter wasn't working. So because of that, here's some visual proof that it was kind of malfunctioning on top of the, like I said, microphone issues that we were having. And I could have sworn one time the production people were talking over the commercial that they were playing, and then one point they cut somebody off mid-sentence as they was walking off stage. So I don't know, like I said, they had to work out the kinks and stuff like that. It's been at least a good month, because December 2nd they had to stop voting, and that was like a good 2 weeks ago. So because of that, they had at least a good month and a half to get this prepared. So, like I said, this is the first thing. Sometimes accidents happen. Things just don't flow as properly. But hopefully TikTok can keep working out these kinks and we keep having them next year. I can't wait for TikTok 2025, 2026. I was kind of hoping for a TikTok rewind, but I'll take a TikTok award show. A rewind would have been very much better, just to see the trends that was going over the year. But that's just me. YouTube got rid of their YouTube Rewind, so I kind of miss those days. Just saying. But what are some other things? Oh yes, it was not presented, but the sponsors was Elf Cosmetics, H&R Block, Charles Jr. I know I had to get the boring logistics out on that one. What are some other things? Oh yes, surprisingly, guess who made an appearance there? Not as a creator being nominated, but just at the red carpet event, was Landon Barker and his, I'm not sure if this is his new girlfriend, but hey, Here's a video of Landon Barker set out to the Kardashians. So there you go. You see Landon Barker. I just wanted to throw some cameos out there, as well as everybody else that I'm talking about. And then here's a video of Lala Anthony, as I said, the host of the TikTok award show ever first.
TikTok awards going down. I need you to get ready with me. All your favorite creators are being celebrated live, and it's hosted by me, Lala Anthony. And I'm bringing everything you've ever wanted and needed. Make sure you watch the 2025 TikTok awards on TikTok or on Tubi, and you don't want to miss it.
Did I get the iridescence right? Anyway, and then here was, well, first of all, let me rewind it back.
I wanted to.
So because of that, I just want to talk about, I'm not sure if you guys have watched it or if you guys saw bits and pieces of it, or if you just go Google the nominations and people who won and just quickly skim through it and come back to this video and tell me, are you guys familiar with like anybody on that list? I'm not trying to front on any of the nominees. But for somebody, because we all know we get in our little TikTok bubbles. TikTok curates your feed. So I'm just like, really? There's like maybe a good 5 people that were nominated that I like knew, and everybody else I was just like, I don't think I ever seen you before. So because of that, it's kind of like the music awards where you just slip. But you know, it was kind of like awkward, but you know, that just shows you that there's different things. I'm not sure how TikTok actually picked these specific creators. I'm not sure if I had to deal with what they were bringing in, the type of content that they were creating. Like, how did we get down to like maybe 5 or 8 nominees? And like, how do we get there? I'm questioning what was the picking process? Because from what TikTok picked, we picked as a voting audience. So I'm trying to figure out for this first award who was really behind the scenes on nominating these people to even get on the list. And is it going to be like the same process in 2026? But hey, that honestly makes me want to kind of get out of my own TikTok bubble and see what else is out there, because there were some interesting creators out there that even though I haven't never heard of them, I was just like, ooh, okay, I like that. Okay. So because of that, this was an award show that opened me up to other content creators out there as well. So this is great exposure for everybody that was a nominee out there. So congratulations to everyone for that, for just being a nominee. Now, I am a bit confused because where I did read online that somewhere that Bethany Frankel was supposed to be a presenter, and I swear I did not see Bethany Frankel there. And there are apparently a bit different versions of the TikTok live stream that was going out, because I saw another scene where, what is her name? Jordan Childs was doing a dance number with the Dancing with the Stars castmate, and I'm like, where did that happen? Because that was not on the United States TikTok live stream, and I know Jordan Childs was just there and she was not wearing that outfit, so I'm a bit confuddled on what's going on this TikTok. Like, were they all simultaneously streaming at the same time? Because I could have sworn I came up against TikTok Australia and other things while TikTok USA was airing. So I don't know, that was a bit curious, because if we were the first ones to go, we should have been the first ones to go, period. Do the full length 2 hours, and like other days it should happen for the other countries. But if we were all happening on one night at different times, I don't know. You guys tell me, how did TikTok work that one out? That was a bit of a album rollout, if you want to say. So this award show has definitely gotten mixed reviews. A lot of people are honestly hating on it for its unprofessionalism. They're just like, they're so unprofessional. They were late. I feel like it was put together last minute. Nobody knew what they was doing. I'm like, okay, I get, like I said, mic issues, teleprompter issues. There was weird pausing and gaps of where it's just like dead silence. And you know what they say when you're on air or on the radio, you can't have dead space. Well, there was definitely dead space twice. Lala Anthony had a outfit change, and when she did her outfit change and came back, I'm not sure if she was like a bit late doing that outfit change, but it was like a dead space, and it was silent, and then they started playing music as soon as Lala was walking out, so she was like talking over the music saying, I'm here, and then they finally stopped playing the music, and I'm just like, okay, So I'm just like, do the people that are even in the production booth even see who is on stage? Like, I was a bit confused. I'm like, how did they not see that Lala was there? But I don't know. I don't know. But Sierra, Dancing Sierra, she had a whole mini concert and went over a good portion of her discography from early Sierra to today Sierra. And honestly, Sierra has had a boom on TikTok as well. She brought it up to talking about how 2020 during the pandemic was the time where she really popped off with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then it was just like hit after hit after hit after that. So she also has to give a props to TikTok, just like the award for, what was it? Just like the award for, okay, hold up. Breakout Artist of the Year, and that was Alex Rarner for his song Ordinary. Yeah, we all know he broke off. He literally broke through on TikTok. He blew up on TikTok, and that's what made him famous. Of course, many other artists is out there, just like they had Somber and some other people on that list too, that all honestly, yes, if it wasn't for TikTok, we probably wouldn't be knowing about them. So because of that, that was one of the categories that I thought was very significant on highlighting the fact that TikTok really gets people's content out there no matter what, whether it's music, whether it's sports. TikTok has what you want. TikTok's like, what, baby? Yeah, TikTok's like, what you want, baby, I got it. So that's literally how TikTok is. They're just like, what you want, I got a creator for you, try me. And because of that, I like the versatility that TikTok is trying to show that they have. They're just like, we're not just some trendy dance app. We're not just some trendy app where like everybody wants to go buy stuff. So they're just trying to show that there's a little bit more variety to TikTok. Or like maybe TikTok's not all about singing. There's more to TikTok than just singing and dancing. Even though that was like the main course backbone. And TikTok has kind of drifted from that, but they still have it in their core bones. We see it in the underlyings of like the trends and what's really popular. So because of that, it was great that Sierra, the dancing machine herself, was there at the award show and put on a mini performance. Now they could have done something a little bit different. Here's maybe one of my criticisms, but it's your give or take. They had everybody sit through all the first off, it was broken up into two parts. I'm not even kidding. When part one ended, they said stay tuned for part two. So literally, it was a 2-hour event. And on top of that, not only was it a 2-hour event, but they pretty much put all the good stuff at the very end, which was the performance of Sierra right before they did Creator of the Year. So they say basically the best for last. So you had to sit through all these different awards, and yeah, they had sprinkled in a little bit of entertainment here and there. Cringy while it was, maybe, yes. I get it. We're all creators at this event, so you're just like, get out your phone, take selfies. I get you guys are trying to like play up on the influencer aspect, but it's kind of cringy. And then it's just like, okay, guys, get up. We're gonna do this now. And I'm just like, what? Okay, you're trying to get us up, adrenaline moving. They're just like, okay, no time to sleep. No, no, come on, get up, wake up. And I'm just like, okay. I'm just like, you. Not only do you want us to sit at the award show, but you actually want us to get some cardio in. So that was just my little pet peeve. They had the Goddess Boys there, which was really great. Now I am familiar with them. Who else did they have? Oh, yes, they had a session where they gave off La Boo-Boos. Now, you know how La Boo-Boos was really popular on TikTok, right? Are La Boo-Boos popular now these days? Because the audience was not feeling those La Boo-Boos. But they still took them anyway, because who doesn't want a free La Boo-Boo? But still, it fell a bit flat. It fell a bit flat. It was like a whole season late TikTok. I'm sorry. But I get it. They are really trying to do everything that was popular this season. And Labubu's was one of them. So that's what they had to incorporate in it. So TikTok, I see what you was doing. Every which way you tried to incorporate the important things that made TikTok this year. So you gave us a bit of a TikTok rewind without it being a TikTok rewind. And especially when Paris Hilton came out for Muse of the Year. Everybody else that was nominated on that list, I'm not really familiar with. But however, Paris Hilton, Are we surprised? No. And it's what the theme of the show is: new eras, new icons. And Paris Hilton is an icon. And not only is the icon going to give away Creator of the Year award, to which was given to Keith Lee, which was kind of a bit surprising. I mean, no hate to Keith Lee, but he just seems like you know how sometimes people are just like, people vote for you just because of a meme, or like they like know you. I think that's what happened with Keith Lee, because even he said it himself. He was like, I don't have a speech. I didn't even think I was gonna win. But he came up with something really heartfelt and really touching, talking about trusting your instincts and knowing that you can do it, and that this TikTok award was more for him, and how he always puts everybody before himself. So to finally get some recognition for some work that he does, he's finally like glad. And then even though he wanted to take some time to like thank everybody else, he still tried to make that moment for himself. So we saw some moment there, like he tried to take a little sliver for himself, but he still wanted to share it with everybody. And congratulations to TikTok. Like, I'm not sure if they would have done this for anybody else that was a creator of the year, but for Keith Lee, they have donated 50,000 to Feeding America Foundation, because Keith Lee is all about donations and giving back to charity and stuff like that, as his speech talked about. So because of that, TikTok, in honor of the creator of the year on TikTok's like, what can we do for you? Let's donate the money. So because of that, I'm not sure what they're going to do next year. And like I said, I'm not sure if they would have, if every creator would have had like a foundation that they would have donated to. I'm just saying, but it was really great that I went to Keith Lee, because they said that was going to feed like what, over like half of the Americans in this country with $50,000 dollars. Is actually really impressive to be able to feed like half of America with that. So for all that, y'all should have just donated $100K. Feed the whole Americas, right? I'm just saying. But yeah, other than that, it was really great. Is there anybody? Oh, yes. Let's talk about how the fact that, yes, everybody knew this award show was happening at this day, at least the people that were nominated. Tell me why like half of the people that were nominated and won didn't actually show up. Like, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 people absent. That was like a good half or a quarter of the people. So I'm a bit curious. And then some people that did win had left some video messages. You know how it usually goes. So they already knew that they were like going to win. You know how you see how I'm starting to feel about these award shows? Like, why is it that some people didn't make thank you speeches and others did? So I don't know, maybe this is just professionalism of just in case if I win, let me have this ready and prepared kind of thing. You know how people are just like, if you're seeing this video, well, this has happened and this video is coming out kind of thing. But what is some other things that I wanted to talk about that was on this show? There really wasn't much on here to truly talk about. However, I just really enjoyed the eclecticness of the show. Oh, yes, and then they also talked about shopping as well, which was another category called immediately added to my cart. And that was the ability to sell a product and to convince people to go shopping. Yes, they awarded people for that as well. See, I told you, they find ways to award people in any other way. I was shocked they found a way to nominate somebody for sports. However, weirdly enough, the person that they did nominate, she isn't an athlete, but she covers athletic topics. So that's how she got into the category. I'm glad that she was most open and honest about it too, but I also enjoyed the fact that TikTok had a athlete open up or deliver the award for MVP of the year, which was a sports event. So I like that one. I like that they were thoughtful about who's going to give who. Like I said, the icon giving the iconic creator of the year an award. That's just geniusly thought out. So because of that, I think I've really covered everything I could talk about. yeah, they even acknowledged learning with the one category. I was today years old, where there was a lot of people that educate you, and this was not including the STEM topic. This is just strictly what comes up on your For You page. There were some people out there. Now, there were, like I said, there were like at least 5 people that I knew that were nominated. And they were all throughout the different categories. But it was really nice. Really, it was just a nice event. I really don't have much to say other than that. But did I cover every video? Oh, yes. Here's a video of Sierra.
It's your girl Cece here, and I'm so excited because today is the day. The very first US TikTok Awards are happening tonight. Hey y'all, it's your girl Cece here, and I'm so excited because today is the day. The very first US TikTok Awards are happening tonight. Right now, actually guys, I'm about to be hitting the stage, bringing y'all the heat. You already know what time it is. Tune in right now on TikTok and Tubi and see your favorite TikTok creator icons. Move to the beat with me. Don't miss it. Let's go.
Okay, and cover your ears. It's gonna.
And then this was them firing cannon labubus into the, honestly, that was a bit of a safety hazard, but I get it. It was a cute event. A lot of people were a bit nervous, and just seeing people duck down like this, like they were scared, and Ashby up there saying, sorry, it was making me a bit nervous. I was just like, oh my God, are people safe out here? Do you know what you're doing? She made me a bit nervous, but hey, everybody was enjoying it, as you can see. Like I said, the audience it was a hit or miss with those labubus, but those were some highlights. I could have sat here and gave you a list of nominees for everybody that won, but like I said, I am not too familiar with most of these creators, and please let me know down below in the comments if you're familiar with any of the creators that won or were nominated. So because of that, if they were a bit more people that I would have known or I knew were a bit popular on TikTok, like I was like, oh yeah, I've seen them before, but I just don't follow them, then I would have like brought it up, like celebrities. But because of that, these people are, I don't want to say feel like no names, but because of that, I was like not gonna sit through and just read off a bunch of creators that we're all just gonna sit here just like, okay, but what do they do, kind of thing, So because of that, if you want to find out more information about that, now the only person I will mention that was there, because I know everybody loves Love Island, I haven't gotten a chance to it yet, but Jeremiah Brown had won an award for Rising Star of the Year. So because of that, for you Love Island fans, that was for you guys. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I sure did. I just wanted to give you guys a quick recap of what happened at the TikTok award shows. It was really good. If you guys haven't gotten a chance to do it, watch it. Yes, it was a bit boring along the way, but they tried to keep it nicely paced. Like I said, everybody had a sense of humor. If you could really just take it and enjoy it for what it is, a TikTok award show, the first one ever, and just enjoy it for what came with it, then it's honestly good. But if you're looking in there to look for like some high production BET awards, I get it, TikTok's this huge creative platform, but that's all I got. I don't know what people are expecting. They were clearly expecting like MTV, BET, the Grammys, the Oscars, something that was just chef's kiss, but it wasn't. And they're just like, with TikTok, and I'm like, guys, just enjoy for what it was, minus the because it didn't, maybe it ruined the experience for you guys, but minus the minor difficulties. We're all humans. Even I have a few difficulties along the way. So because of that, I'm appreciative for everybody that sticks around during the rough technical difficulties, because that's all about life and things happen, especially with technology. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I sure did. Please leave your comments down below about this TikTok award show. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It will really mean a lot to the channel. Please and thank you. And become a sunflower. Spread those beautiful sunflower seeds all over the earth, especially to spread joy for amazing firsts. Like they say, new icons, a new era. 2026, let's go. And with that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, if you enjoyed this content and me bringing this up to you, because I'm sure you guys, if you're not avid followers on TikTok, were unaware of this happening. Or if you are an avid TikToker fan, maybe you just didn't know it was happening, because I don't think they really did a good job at promoting it too either on top of that. So like all those different things coming together, at best, there was like 30,000 people watching, no cap. By the time it was ending, we was at 28,000, and when the commercials came, they dropped like the fly. Like it was at 30, it was at like 28 subscribers, 28,000 viewers, and then once the ads started rolling after Sierra had performed, because that's when I had jumped in on the first time, it went from 28,000 to 20,000. I was like, geez, 8,000 people dropped in the course of a few minutes. And then the views amped back up when it was time to, when it came back. So because of that, it's a roller coaster. It was a fun experience, and I hope everybody that was at the TikTok award show also enjoyed it too, minus the minor inconveniences. And with that being said, I now see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers.